on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He hits his running back. Procise.
And Braun, it's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 7 yards on the touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Everyone got four down. Check three. Good job right there. Watch out. Switch. Check.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
You don't see me in your nightmare, son. You
On first down, Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Look left. Like 56.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what?
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
It got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
They went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and through. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. It's caught. Block it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
56. Bravo! Right there, 56.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Hey, Rimlin.
Don't get nervous.
Show him that.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes being chased out left. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Trey Flowers picks it. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
56. Come to our world. We want it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cassius Marsh. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. On 3rd down, here's Williams.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
56. Mike, 56.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Me and you. It's just me and you.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Watkins that time. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call that a gain of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The extra point up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now first and 10 at their own 27. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you in this situation.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ziggy Ansah able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Check. Recon, 132 fighter. Attack!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Brings up third and 9.
Check 56. Hey, 57. Mike, 57.
Working from the gun, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on fourth down. Flushed out right. Caught on the slant. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the slant. Mike 56.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the fourth down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on fourth down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
50 yellow. 50 yellow. Coming after you. 56.
On 1st down, Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach, will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Let's go, defense.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Wilson completes it to Dixon. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Buying time to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Let's go double count right here, double count.
He's back to throw, escaping the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson to throw. Rolling to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Big stop, G.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now Myers for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Next to score, Seahawks 31, Chiefs 34.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow. All right, 86. Right there. 56. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now Mahomes being chased out left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Like 56.
To throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Attack. Hey, let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a one-point victory. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.